Okay, today we're going to be looking at doing a bit of pixel art, and the website you're going to visit is piskelapp.com. This is an absolutely free website you can sign up for, and you can save all your work on there and see things before. There'll be a sign in button up here, so you can use your Google account to sign in through there. Once you're done, you want to click on Create Sprite. Okay. And remember, there are two aspects to any work we're doing on software. One is actually creating the piece, in this case pixel art, and the second is actually learning to use the software. If you get stuck, don't forget to Google how to copy and paste in Piskel, whatever it is you're going to do. Use Google, use the resources that are there. So just spend your time just having a little look here, hover over these icons, and it will tell you what they do. There's a mirror pen, there's a paint bucket tool, eraser, so on and so on. What we do want to do first of all is go over here to preferences, and here then go down to, where's it gone, resize the drawing area. At the moment it's 32 pixels by 32. We're going to make that really small. We're going to maintain the aspect ratio, so that means the page stays the same width as the height, and we're going to change that to 8. A lot of people, whenever they open this program and I run workshops with them, they just want to do a massive piece and just go absolutely crazy with it, which is fine to start with and just for playing around. But to actually create a piece of art like that makes it very difficult. It's best to start in a very basic way and then build your way up from there. So let's resize. So now we can see it's a lot smaller. And with our pen tool hovering over, you can see each of those blocks. There's 8 of those going along. Here we have two colours, primary and secondary. If you press your left mouse, it's going to be your primary colour. The right mouse will be the secondary. That works as a very quick eraser tool. So I would just leave those. I would always leave that one as a transparency. So it's very easy to correct any mistakes you do. So what you're going to try and do is take a piece of your concept art and turn it into a pixel object. So for my haunted house, I came up with a candle. So what I'm going to do here is we're going to get a kind of a yellowy colour because we want it sort of waxy. I think that's quite good. And now we can see, and it will show you a preview of what it looks like up here. So you can see these lines, these grid lines that it will snap to. And actually I might make it just a little bit fatter. So again, I might want to change the size of it to maybe 9, so then that would be centered. So now we have our candle. If you're not happy with things, we can again delete them. It's very simple. And then we want to make the flame. So what colour goes on the outside of flame? Red, isn't it? So let's have some, a bit darker than that, don't we? Maybe like this. Maybe a bit brighter. More orangey there. No, a bit more red. Ooh. So at least you can see you can play around with the colours there. Actually, maybe we'll just have it like that. So we've got a flame. That's very simple. There's not a lot of detail there, but that works absolutely fine as a sprite. What you can do is add new frame. And remember that this is really good. It saves the colours you've used for you as well. You can see it's flickering on the right hand side, because now it's starting to animate the picture you've made. So now it's just going to be solid because I've got the same picture in both of them. What you could have done actually is duplicated the frame to save you drawing it from scratch. So again, it's worth just looking over what these different things do and how to make it easier. This time we're going to change this to like an orangey colour. There we go. And now we've got a flickering flame, and you can see you can slow this down, you can speed it up. So you could duplicate that flame again and maybe have a little bit more orange in there. Maybe have a bit of yellow as well, right there in the middle. So it's giving the effect that it's on fire. Pretty simple stuff. What we want to do next is add a little bit more detail perhaps. So in this case, I'm just going to start from complete scratch. I think it's a bit easier. This time, let's make the page 16. So again, I wouldn't go massive straight away, but that's up to you. So we're going to, it hasn't saved my colours from last time, but that's okay. We can find this sort of waxy colour, like a little yellowy sort of colour. That'll do for me. So we go 1, 2, this is taking a while. So again, we can draw the outline, use the paint bucket tool, fill it in, easy does it. And then again, let's have our flame. Ooh. So again, right click, we got that. I want this again a bit brighter. So actually let's do it this way. Paint tool. So there we go. And again, you can then duplicate that and work around that. I think what I'd quite like to do is add a bit more detail to the flame. I think that's the most interesting part of it, isn't it? So we're going to get some orange. And maybe start around. Ooh, no, because we're on the paint bucket tools. In this case, Control Z. Oh, I don't know why it's done that. Undo. That's okay, we can figure this out. I don't know why it's done that. That's weird. It's really weird. I'm just going to Control Z. Doing it all the way back. I don't know why it's doing that, but you know, ooh, I definitely don't know why I did that. But we can figure these things out. So let's get rid of that. Maybe because I had the fill tool on or something like that. Who knows? Either way, we solved it. And now let's try with the orange. So we're on the pen tool. Oh no, I didn't want to do that. I wanted to duplicate it, didn't I? See now, we can see we've got kind of a flickering flame. And actually, I think what I'm going to do is one more duplicate, and then in the middle, I'm going to put yellow. I think that's what a flame looks like. So we can see it looks like it's kind of burning from the outside. And we could then duplicate another one here. If you want to look at this in more detail, there's a way to do that, which I've now forgotten. You can have a pop out in a window, and you can see this is kind of what our flame looks like. I would maybe have it more flickering, maybe. So I think after this stage, maybe I'll add more, go back and add more red in. So I think like this, maybe. I don't know if I like that or not. Let's duplicate another one. And there you go. So we don't want it maybe to look too mechanical until it's just expanding and shrinking again. So I think that's quite a good way. What we can also perhaps do is, if we go back to our wax candle colour, we can maybe change this. So we're going to go a little bit darker on this, and maybe just like down here, give it the impression that there's almost like a bit of shading on there. So actually that candle is casting light, the flame is casting light on the candle itself. I think maybe that's quite a cool little effect. But the problem we've got is we only did it in one of our frames. So what we need to do in this instance is, not that one, we need to go in and manually add all these details. This is why it's important to plan before we start, because otherwise you're having to go through, manually do this in every single one, which is quite time consuming. Oh no, I've done that wrong, hang on. So yeah, look at your picture and plan it out first. And then by doing it small, as I showed you with just the 8x8 square, it just takes a little time. And then each stage you can add detail to it. So I'm just going to finish off doing this for now. And actually, you know what? I should have done this. There we go. That's much quicker, isn't it? And I need to go back to this one and add that with the pen. And there we go. So if we have a little pop out again. Have I missed one? Oh, I've missed the first frame. But then that gives it quite a fun, maybe flicker effect. I don't know whether you like that or not. You could have maybe on this one where it's brighter, maybe this one comes down a bit more actually. Actually, this definitely needs some dark on it, doesn't it? So maybe this one actually goes a step higher. So you've kind of got then what looks like a flickering. And that's quite fun. So you can do that with characters, you can make them move. If we go back to my gallery, you can see some projects on different ones. This is my favourite one still. This is me as a character in a game, as a boss. So in this, I would fly around and I would shoot missiles out of my mouth. And you can see what I did was I just moved the eyebrow a little bit and the jaw extends to give it some motion. What else have we got here? Let's have a look at my gallery. We've made a few other bits over time. Here's one. We made a ship. I made a launch. I made a terminal screen. So this one, you can see, is quite simple. Oh, something's gone really wrong on that, isn't it? So something went wrong there. I don't quite know what I've done. Oh well, that's a shame. That's quite a fun one. Here's a ship. Oh no, this has gone funny as well. Something's gone a little bit skew-if somewhere in my frames. I don't know what's happened there. That's something to do with the layers. I need to figure that out. But like I said, it's all about figuring out these problems when they do go wrong. But you can get the idea of this. This is a ship flying along and it shoots and then it drops a bomb and blows up a tree. And this one was a spaceship launch, which again has gone a bit, they've obviously changed something with the software that's interfered with what I've done. So this was a ship taking off into the sky, and with this one you can see the colours of the sky move and it gets darker. That was using the idea of layers, which is what we've worked on when we've done things like GIMP. So if you want to have a little play with that, see what you can come up with. So you are going to try and animate one of your own images or ideas from your piece. Just choose one of them, just to start on basically. If you're choosing a character, even if it's just a stick man, that's absolutely fine. We all start somewhere with these things. And then you can make it bigger and add more detail as you go along. Hopefully that sounds all right. Good luck.